Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Shores, One Story. I'm your host, Matthew. How are you doing? I hope you are surviving this heat. It is crazy hot right now in Japan, at least where I am. It is like a gross, sticky, humid heat. When you walk outside, you just feel the weight of the air. It's so hot. So, if you're in Japan, I hope that you're able to stay cool. Please eat ice cream. Please have your aircon on. Please stay safe because it's hot out there. It was actually so hot. Like, what day was it? Sunday. I was just getting work done in my living room and I had like the window open. I had my fan on, but there was nothing was working. And I was going crazy. Like, nothing was working. So I just decided to move to my room, turn on the aircon, direct the fan to me. I had a glass of water with a lot of ice in it. I I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided to put like cologne on because the cooling scent might make me feel cool. It didn't work, but yeah. And I also had an Uchiwa, which is like a big fan that you can get. It's like plastic and they're big. So I had two of those and I had one. I used one just cooling and it did work in the end. But oh my goodness, it was so hot. Ugh. I don't like this part of summer. I just can't wait for it to be fall and winter when I can wear my nice sweaters because that's what I like to wear. Yeah. This week, this podcast, I'm actually recording the day before, which I hardly ever do, but I was just busy because tomorrow, Wednesday, when this podcast is uploaded, I will be teaching a Japanese class. I volunteer for a Japanese class that's run by the City Hall. I've been doing it since last September, and I am doing a class. And I had to work on that. So I kind of forgot to record a podcast on Monday. I was busy Sunday and very hot on Sunday. So today I remembered, oh, I have to do my podcast. And that's what I'm doing right now. When I got home from the gym, I worked on the class stuff for the Japanese class. And just a lot of stuff. It's like an easy topic. I'm just like teaching like what date or that kind of stuff. But I want to make it a fun, engaging lesson. So it took some time. I started at 6:30 and I wanted to finish in an hour, but I ended up taking an hour and a half. Actually, maybe 2. Wait, just a minute. I started at 6:30. I ended at 9, around that. So what is that time? I can't math. You get the picture though. It took longer than I expected. But anyways, I finished and I think it's good. I'm happy with the lesson. So I'm going to send the materials to get printed and we're going to have a fun time and it's going to be great. But yeah, I'm happy to be busy because last week I took some time off a little bit in terms of studying Japanese, that kind of stuff, because last week's episode, as you know, I took the JLPT last Sunday and it didn't go as well as I wanted, and I was a bit sad because I've done this test 4 times already, 4 times now, and at this point I feel like I should have really passed this test and I should have been confident in passing, but I didn't. And again, I don't know because the results don't come in until the end of August, but based on my feelings, I don't think I passed. And I felt kind of sad. I feel like I let myself down. I let other people down who were like rooting for me to pass this test. But I had a chat with my mom and she gave me some tough love, like you at the end of the day you can still do other things. And that was true. And then I got busy with doing the Japanese class. And so I'm back to being my normal self. And I am going to be doing other things because I couldn't get, or I didn't feel like I passed the JLPT. I decided that I'm going to try to take the Japanese business test, which is called the JBT for short. I have never taken it, but it's kind of like a Japanese proficiency language test. It is shorter than the JLPT. And what I like about it is that you can do it virtually any time as long as the testing center is open. So at first I thought you could just take it on your computer at home, but that's not the case. You have to take it at testing centers. And as the name says, it's more focused on business Japanese, which I have an interest in. When I did my master's at the University of Victoria for my research project, my thesis project, I taught a class on business Japanese for some students that graciously volunteered. And yeah, so I'm interested in business language, and yeah, I just decided to try taking this test. So I'm going to do it next month. So I'm going to study a little bit. I bought a book, and starting next week, I'm on summer holidays, so there aren't any students that are coming. There's no classes. So that means I have a lot of time on my hands just to work and study and read, which I'm really excited about. I kind of took a break from reading novels when I was studying for the JLPT, but there was a novel that I was reading before that, and it's called Kokuhaku, which means confession. And usually it's in the case of, telling your crush that you love them or blah, 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 please date me. That's usually what kokuhaku is, but there's also kokuhaku like confessing a crime or something like that. So this book is about the latter, and my friend suggested it to me, and I decided to read it. My friend being Caleb, who you might know. Caleb has been on the podcast twice, and he is a really good friend. He is very inspiring. He reads a whole lot. Actually, he did a challenge where he tried to read every day, and he did complete it, so that's really cool. And one of the books he read was Kokuhaku, so I am also reading it. And to be honest, at the beginning, I had a little bit of trouble understanding like what was going on, and I think the issue is that it's a mystery book that has multiple characters, and it's not like clearly stated who is talking. So I think if you're a Japanese person, you can understand like what's going on by maybe the information that's being said or whatnot. But for me, it was a little bit hard. So I was telling that to my friend Caleb, and he said, oh, like I had that same trouble, and you can go on Wikipedia and it will tell you like who's talking. So that's what I did. And I found out who's talking. I wrote like a list on a notepad, like the main characters, and then like a number of what chapter they're talking. And that was great help. And then just suddenly, like just reading more, I got really interested. It's so interesting. I just got caught in it. But it's a crazy book. It's insane. Like, oh my goodness. I won't talk about it, but if you're interested in reading a Japanese book and you want a really interesting book to read, Kokuhaku is the book. And maybe you don't want to read, you just want to watch a movie. Well, you're in luck because Kokuhaku also has a movie, and I will be watching it after I'm finished this book. But it's crazy. Like I also started reading that on Sunday, and I got very anxious. Not good. Not good. But yeah, it's a crazy book. But I'm reading that. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to read. Maybe I'll read more mystery. Maybe I'll go back to my doctor series. I'm going to finish or read the last book, which is crazy. There's lots to read, lots to do. I'm going to read definitely like business Japanese because I have to study for the test. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I have things to look forward to, things to do, things to keep myself busy and not worry about the test, because when I don't have anything, I just think, and it's not good. Speaking of things to do, my friends and I, this week and next month, I'm planning to do lots and lots and lots of bon odori. I have talked about this before, and maybe I talked about the specific one that I went to, but I went to Gujo, which is a city in Gifu City, and not in Gifu City, in Gifu Prefecture, sorry. But Gujo is a well-known place because they have this bon odori, this type of dance that happens during the period of Obon. And what Obon is like it's in August, and it's a time to um, respect the dead or something like that. So it's a Buddhist holiday in Japan, and they dance. They have a dance. There's lots of festivals that are kind of around this time. And in Gujo, they start in July and they end in September 9th. And what they do is they have a Bon Odori dance every day. And then during the period of Obon, which is in August, they will do, like, you can start dancing from 8:30 to 4 a.m. every day. It's crazy. It's so fun. And I just like Bon Odori because it's like a community thing. So many people come, and the dances are relatively easy, so you can learn them on the spot. There's nothing insane. You just join in, and the people are so nice. They're so welcoming, and you just do a bunch of dances, and you just go around and go around, and it's so fun. So I'm planning to do that this Saturday, but I'm not going to Gujo. There is another town or city near Gujo that they also do a type of dance, and I've never been, so my friends and I are going to go. And this time, I'm going to wear a yukata. What is yukata? A yukata is basically like a bath robe, but it's like a summer kimono. It's cotton, it's cool, not heavy. It's traditionally worn like in ryokan or traditional inns. You can wear them like when you're going to the bath or going from the bath, that kind of stuff. But now they can be seen in bonodori, matsuri, festivals. So last year I did not wear yukata, but I did wear the special geta, which is like a wood shoe that you wear, and it's a really tall shoe in Gujo. So I got one, but I wore normal clothes. But this time I'm going to wear yukata. I'm excited. So what day was it? Like Saturday? My friend and I went to a thrift store and I found yukata, but I was almost going to get like an inner garment for a kimono, but I didn't know. So luckily the staff member helped me. Yeah, just so you know, because I didn't know. You walk into the thrift store, and in my case, I saw all these like kimono or yukata, that's what I thought, where they were all hung up. There was heavy ones, there was light ones, and the one that I liked, and my friend's like, oh yeah, I like that one too. It was like silk. So I was like, oh, this is nice. Like it's light enough, it's perfect, really good for dancing. It was not a yukata. It was an inner garment that you wear under the kimono. Oh my goodness, I had no idea. So the yukata were folded up and it looked like a rectangle. I could not tell. I thought it was like a belt. There's like a belt that you wear on your kimono or yukata. It's called obi, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And yeah, no, it was not an obi. It was the actual yukata. And there's only two for men. And they're basically the same pattern, just one was a little bit lighter blue, so I went with that. And I found a yukata. Now, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do before, like measuring. You measure like from your neck, maybe your nape area, to your ankle. But I did not do that because if it's too long, you can kind of adjust it. That's what my friend told me. So you can just like bring it up and then tie it that way. I didn't do that. I just found it. Like for dancing, it was like just short enough that it was okay. But if you're wearing it for other things, maybe you want to consider that. But it wasn't that big of a deal for me. So I got the yukata, and then I couldn't find an obi there's only one obi and it wasn't that great. So I bought an obi on Amazon, and I didn't know this. Well, I kind of forgot because I have worn yukata before when I went to like cultural exchange events, because the kids will show us how to wear. They'll like, you can try, but I forgot. So there's a little string that's called a koshi himo, and koshi is like your lower back, and himo is string, so it's a lower back string. And what that is just like a belt. So first you put on the yukata, and there's different ways. Like for men, you put the left side on first, and then you wrap the left side with the right side, and then to hold it in place, you put on the koshi himo. And there's a special way to tie it. I don't know. Then after that, you put on the obi. And there's a special way to do that. There's many ways to tie an obi. It's an obi. Sorry, not an obi. There's many ways to tie an obi. And it's like tying a necktie. There's different things, but they all do the same job. So I have to figure out how I want to tie my obi. I have to learn how to do it. And then you tie that, and then you twist it around because the tie part will go to the back, and then you can adjust and blah blah blah, and that's the yukata. So I am really excited to do that, and yeah, I just hope it's not too hot. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I think I'm going to be done because I want to read more of the book. And I'm also going to play some Pokemon Champions. If you're playing, let me know how you're doing. I'm doing okay. But yeah, I think that will be it. I'm excited to tell you how the whole dance thing went and how the yukata stuff went next week. But until then, I will see you later.